Hey everyone, Cedric from Vertex Marketing Agency, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can leverage Facebook ads for your local service-based company. So in this video, I'll share everything with you. I'll show you what kind of campaign objective you should be selecting. What about the ad set? Like, what should the audience look like? And in terms of the ads, what works well for local service-based companies? So I'll share all of that with you, but generating a lead, that's only part of the equation. The other half is, or the other main part is actually converting that lead to an actual paying customer. So what I'll do is I'll show you exactly my templates, my email workflows, the confirmation email, how do I get notified that I just generated a lead, all in one platform. And I'll even give you my templates and the emails that I send so that you can literally just copy the structure that I'm going to show you today in Ads Manager. And if you do everything that I'm showing you in this video, you can probably launch your ads today. So really looking forward to sharing this with you guys. Okay, so I am now inside Ads Manager, and you can navigate there by going to adsmanager.facebook.com. And in case you've never seen Ads Manager before, well, you actually need to create one in order to create your campaigns, your ad sets, your ads. I'm not really gonna take the time to show you how to organize your ad account and creating a business manager and connecting all of those in this video, because we've made other videos on this channel showing you exactly how to do that, and they're pretty short and simple videos. So what I'll do is, in case you don't have an ad account yet, go ahead and scroll down to the description of this video. There's going to be some resources link, and then just click on the video that says, how to create your business manager or your ad accounts, and it's going to be a short video showing you exactly how to do that. Go ahead and do that, then come back to this video, and then you'll have something that looks like this. So once you're here, you're gonna click on the create button. And because we're doing this for a local service-based company, so we're gonna click on leads, I'm gonna hit continue. I always like to select manual leads campaign, and I hit on continue. This is where you can just simply give it a name. And then again, this is the demo, I'm just gonna leave it to new leads campaign. And this is really important if you are in a special ad category: credit, employment, housing, social issues. You need to select one of those options. A good example is if you're a realtor, you need to go here and select housing, okay? So that's really, really important. If you don't do that, your ad's gonna get disabled, then your ad account's gonna get disabled maybe, and then your business manager could get disabled, and it is a mess and really hard to get that back. So just go in here, select it, and honestly, with the campaign structure that we're utilizing today, it's not really gonna affect you if you are in a special ad category. So I'm not gonna select that option. I'm gonna keep scrolling down here, and then this is where you can select the A/B test feature or advantage campaign budget. We're not gonna select the A/B test feature here, but we will be selecting this. This is gonna make it easier for you to manage, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna set the budget on the campaign level. And just because this is an example, I'm gonna set the budget to $100 a day. So this means Facebook will spend about $100 a day. On some days it can spend a little bit more, and on some days it can spend a little bit less. But the way it works is it looks at a week, and in a week period, it's gonna spend about $700 a day, right? So again, some days they might spend, $120 a day, and some other days they might spend $80 a day. So that's perfect here. I'm not gonna be changing anything else, and now I can just hit next. And now on the ad set level, you're gonna do the same thing. So you're gonna give it a name. For the ad set levels, I always like to name it what we're targeting. We're actually gonna be targeting broad. And if your local service-based company can target maybe different areas, like different cities, right? Because you have a bunch of different locations, all over a specific state or United States, then maybe you wanna say broad and then all the different cities that you target. But again, just this demo, I'm just gonna leave it to broad, and I'm gonna scroll down here and then select the conversion location. Just one more thing about the name, it does not change anything in the settings. That's more of just a label, so you can easily identify it later. But going back here, because we're just getting started, and that's usually what I recommend for a company that's just getting started with Facebook ads, select instant forms. And even if you have some experience and you haven't tried instant forms, select instant forms. What instant forms is gonna do is it's gonna allow you to generate a lot more leads. So it's gonna open the opportunity to have a lot more conversations. And once you're comfortable with that, then we can go and we can change it to website. And what you'll see is most likely a drop in the amount of leads you get, but they're gonna be a lot higher quality leads. But instant forms is pretty good. I have a lot of companies that I personally work with that are using instant forms and that are generating really good results. And the other cool thing is that, and you don't need a landing page that converts, so instant forms is a really great way to get started. So we're gonna select that option. Now you just want to select your Facebook page. I'm going to select my demo FB page. Performance goal, maximize number of leads. So we're going to select that. That's what we want. Here, I do not turn that on. So again, the last thing I change here is I just selected my Facebook page. Now I'm scrolling down. I'm not selecting any of that. Even the start date, I'm not going to select the start date because the campaign was going to start only when I publish it. So that's fine with me. So I can skip that. And then now we're at location. So again, because this is local, I want to remove the country. So right now I'm in Canada, so it's selecting Canada. But if you live in the United States, it's going to say United States. So all I have to do is zoom in where you want to or where your business is located. So let's say my business is, see if I can find an actual business somewhere. Okay, well, let's pretend that this building right here is my business. So I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna drop a pin. So you have a few different options. You can drop a pin, or you can actually manually type your location. I actually prefer just to drop a pin, and then I'm gonna ask myself, okay, so I'm dropping a pin here because that's my building, right? That's my business, and my customers need to drive to my location to talk to my team, or maybe that's my head office and my team needs to grab the company car, right, in the building here and drive it to their house. So they can't be too far, right? And it obviously depends on your business structure. But if customers need to come and visit you, or you go and visit customers, then you want to just think about how far do you actually want to go? Is 10 miles too much? Could you potentially go, I don't know, 15 miles? And same thing with your customers. If you are a chiropractor, are people going to drive 15 miles every week or every 2 weeks just to come and see you? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe that's maybe you have a lot of competition and no, they actually, they need to be within 5 or 8 miles, but that's completely up to you. So you want to go and you want to see, okay, so when you're setting this up, you have to kind of take a step back and ask yourself, how far am I willing to drive to go and meet my customers? And then vice versa, are my customers actually going to drive 15 miles to come and see me? Especially if they need to see you on a regular basis, that might be a little bit too much, especially if you live in a crowded place like New York. So just consider that. Because it's in demo, I'm just going to, let's say, leave it to 10 miles. Now I'm going to scroll down. Here, we're not going to touch this. Placement, we're going to leave it to Advantage Plus placement. So what that's going to do is it's going to look at which placement is generating the best cost per lead, and is going to spend money there. So instead of saying, hey, only Facebook newsfeed or only Instagram newsfeed, if you can actually get lower cost per lead with stories, it's going to spend more of your money on stories, and that's exactly what we want. So I'm going to click next, and now we're going to be going to the ad level. So now on the ad level, so the ad name, this is really important. You want to name what the ad is all about, okay? Because it's a demo, I'm just going to call this image 1, but always try to describe the image, right? If it's a video, say whatever the video is about and then say video, right? Just so that you can easily go in here, identify what the video is, what the image is, without having to go and preview and look at the image or look at the video every time. It's going to save you a lot of time in the long run. So name it correctly. And then here, you want to make sure that your Facebook page is selected. If you don't have an Instagram account and you've been only using your Facebook page, go ahead and create an Instagram account. I mean, it's free, and then you'll be able to connect it here. And what that's going to do is whenever you are advertising on Instagram, they're going to be able to click on your Instagram page and see your profile and see that, you're a real user on Instagram. And it doesn't mean that if you only have a Facebook page, you won't show up on Instagram. But I think it's just going to be a better user experience, and it also shows that you're a real brand and active on Instagram, and I think it can actually help you out. So definitely go ahead and create your Instagram account. Now here you want to have that option, create ad. Usually it's always selected. And for local service-based companies, you could try Carousel. I've just had a lot of success with single images for service-based companies, especially anything local. Just honestly, images, that's usually what performs best for me. You can try videos, 100%. It's just, first of all, they're a lot more effort. It requires a lot more planning. And I also know that just when you're a small local company, your bandwidth is a little bit limited. So always be coming up with new video ideas can be a little bit challenging. But for my bigger e-com companies, usually videos is what performs best. But again, you can get a lot of good results with a simple image. So we're gonna select image here. And then we're gonna scroll down and we're just gonna add a media. So I've already made some images just for this demo, so I'm just gonna go ahead and upload them. All right, so I uploaded my images, I selected it. Sometimes Facebook will try to like crop my image because based on their AI, they think it just looks a little bit better. I actually don't do that, so I just keep it original. And by the way, all my images are 1:1, so that's 1080 by 1080 pixels, and that's really important. So you want to make sure that your images are 1:1. If not, it's just not going to look ideal on placements like the newsfeed, Instagram newsfeed, and 1:1 is just a way to go with images. So I'm going to hit next. Now here you can enable all of them. There's been some weird instances where the image template just kind of like looks weird. Right now I don't have a headline, so that's why you don't see it here. And once you get on this page, I like to select all optimizations. So perfect, so we can actually start seeing a little preview of our ad right here. Now what we have to do is we have to add our primary text, our headline, and our description. So same thing here, I've already prepared some primary text and description, so I'm just gonna copy this and bring that here, bring my headline, and I'll also add a description. All right. What I do want you to do though, again, this is a demo, but for you, what you're gonna do is you're gonna add your first one. Once you've added your first one, you're gonna click on add text option. And then now you see there's one and then another one, right? Two. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna add another primary text. By the way, your primary text shows up at the top right here. So that's your primary text. And you always wanna have a minimum of 2 primary texts and a minimum of 2 headlines, okay? Description, you can only have 1, that's fine. It's not super important, but headlines, you're gonna do the same thing. So again, we're at the headline here. You're gonna scroll down, you click on add headline. And even Facebook with their AI, they try to force you into selecting your options. So here, I'll select those 2 here just so we have 2, and I'm, I guess, following my best practices. So I can delete this one. So now I have 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then for the description, we can keep it at 1, that's totally fine. All right, so the call to action, usually for local service-based company, sign up, not always the best call to action. I like to use like learn more, this one right here. So now that's gonna be our call to action, and you can actually see elevate your living space, and then we have our headline here, and then we have the learn more button. So once you have your primary text, you have your headline, you've obviously uploaded your images, and you have your description, the next thing you want to do is you want to create your Facebook form. So let's create our Facebook form. And the Facebook form is what they're going to see when they click the learn more button on your ad. It's going to open up a form inside Facebook. So they actually won't be going to your website. Click the button, learn more, it opens up a form, so they actually don't leave Facebook. So let's actually create that form right here. It's under destination, we're gonna click on create form, and then just name your form. I'm gonna name this demo. And then for now, I recommend that you start with more volume, but this will literally mean that you're gonna get a lot more volume. Higher intent, it's gonna be still a Facebook form, but you're gonna see that you're gonna get less leads, but usually those leads are gonna be a little bit more qualified. And in the rich creative, that's when you can add like a bunch more information into your form. So there's more details. You can even add like, I think like reviews, testimonials, information about your company, but we're gonna select more volume. So I'm gonna hit next. All right, so here, the background image, I actually recommend that you upload an image because this is a demo. I'm going to use the image from my ad, but as you can see, it doesn't look too nice. So I recommend that you upload an image. So go in a tool like Canva or honestly anywhere. So grab an image that is 1200 by 628 pixels and then just go ahead and upload it here. Again, I'm just going to use this here. This is where you're gonna add your headline right here. And again, this is a demo, so your Facebook form needs to look a lot better than mine. If not, then you should definitely start there and not so much with your ads. So here's the headline that I'm just gonna put in since this is a demo. And here you wanna explain what it's all about. So in this example, I'm actually offering a service where we will replace your windows. So here I would talk a little bit more about the service and how maybe when they submit the form, they get a free quote. That's usually what I recommend local service-based companies to do, is to have something that you are offering for free in exchange of information. So don't just say like, hey, here's our price for window replacement, submit the form if you're interested. If that happens, you're gonna get a lot less leads, but if you say, hey, you get a free quote, Or let's say you, I don't know, have a gym. Well, you can kind of maybe say something like you get a 1-day free trial. So there's lots of different things that you could potentially offer just so that you are giving something for free in exchange of their information. And then maybe you get on a phone call with them just to talk them through your packages and your services and your pricing. Or maybe it's like an actual like physical meetup. So they're gonna come to your location and you go to their homes. So headline, then again, I'm going to say this is a demo, but here you want to really explain your services, maybe like a short sentence explaining why like you are different and your offer. So you're going to have that here. Now we're going to click next. Questions. So you obviously need their email, you obviously need their full name. Then here under contact field, I strongly recommend that you add the phone number so that you can give them a phone call and don't just rely on emails to communicate with the lead. And what I'll usually do is I'll add a custom question. So I'll go here like a short answer question, and it can be anything like, I don't know, like what's your zip, for example. Right? Or how many windows do you want to replace, for example? So add a custom question. And the reason I want you to add a custom question is because once a user sees the ad and they click the learn more button, Facebook already has their email. Facebook already has their full name and their phone number. So if you don't add a custom question, there's nothing that they manually need to type. And what I've found just over the years is that when, again, I don't add the custom question, the lead quality is really low. But when you add a custom question like this in the form, although it's super easy and simple to answer, and Facebook doesn't have that information. So it means that you need to manually type it. And I've seen that when we do add that, it actually helps with the lead quality. So add your custom question. And that's pretty much it, what you have to do in the first part of the form. Now we're gonna hit next. You actually do need a privacy policy. Since this is a demo, I'm just actually gonna see if I can link to Google's domain, and sorry, the link goes here. So just putting ads manager's domain and then the link demo here. You probably just wanna go to your website, go to your privacy policy and then just link to it. Now I'm gonna hit next. Okay, so this part is really, really important. A lot of the companies that I work with, they just use this and they're like, oh, well, that's pretty good. Like, thanks, you're all set. You can visit our website, and then they add the website here. No, you don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to literally tell them what are the next steps. And it's really important that you do that. So this is going to depend a little bit on your business structure. But if in your industry, again, we're going to grab like window replacement, most likely what needs to happen is they need to call us, or we need to call them to schedule an appointment so that someone can go to their house, look at all their windows, and then give them a quote, right? So that, let's say that's the process. Well, here what we want to do is potentially say like, hey, thank you for submitting the form. And then here in the description, we want to say like, you're not done yet. Please schedule a time in one of our reps' calendar so that we can come in person, look at your windows, and give you a quote. Like, really important that you give them the next step in this form, because this right now, like if I were to just publish this as is, it would be a hard stop. Where the lead, if they're interested and let's say they have free time, and they have free time because if they're seeing this ad, they're on Facebook. So this is the perfect time to ask them to take the next step, which is maybe to book a call. So what I would do is I would, again, explain with the headline that, hey, thank you, you submitted your information, but like it's not over yet. Go ahead and click the link below and you're gonna get access to one of our sales reps' calendar where you can book a time in their calendar. And in case you don't have a calendar software, again, I'm gonna show you exactly how to take care of that whole process and the workflow that comes with it to really make sure that you're not leaving money on the table and you're generating leads, but you just can't connect with them or they just fall through the cracks. So that's probably, I would say, like even more important than what I'm showing you right now on how to set up your ads, right? So hopefully that's clear. I'm gonna leave that description as is, but you really wanna tell them and explain them like what the next steps are. Now from here, what I'll usually do is I'll do the view business site. I'm gonna add a link, and then like I said, depending on the business structure, this usually will be a link where they can actually book a time with the sales rep. So I'll add that link here, and then I'm just gonna say like something like book a call, something like that, and then we can create the form. So I'm just gonna add again a random link here, just so that I can publish the form. Just need to complete a few things. Next, create form. Oh. Let's get that part. Perfect. So now my form was created. I have everything that I need now. I could actually go ahead and hit the publish button, but we're not going to do that now, because if I hit the publish button, well, A, we're not going to get notified when there's a new lead, and B, there's no process. Like, we haven't created a process where if they submit the form and don't book a time in one of our sales reps calendar, maybe in your calendar, like, they don't continue receiving SMS and emails until they do so. So I'm going to show you exactly how to set that up now. So now let's talk about sales, and that's usually one of those things that I always hear from the client, like, oh no, we're all set in that department, like we're pretty good at the sales side of things. What we really just need help with the marketing. And once I actually start working with that company, I see that, no, you know what, the marketing is, there's room for improvement, but definitely the way that they're handling the leads, the way that they're tracking the leads, and all that process definitely needs a lot of love. One of my rule is, if I can't see the recording, the lead was never called. So that's rule number one. And rule number two is there should always be a workflow that keeps tracks of all the leads that haven't been called, or the leads that have been called but you were never able to connect, so that they're in a long-term prospect email sequence to just try to re-engage them. So that's exactly what I'm going to be sharing you in this video. I'm going to show you a tool that really does it all: phone calls, emails, SMS, automations with things like Zapier, connects to Facebook, so that the people that fills up the Facebook forms gets automatically added into your CRM. So if you're using Google Sheet, or if you're using a bunch of different tools to try to achieve that, this tool is going to change your life. And it's actually this one right here. So it is called High Level, and they're actually a partner of ours. And the way we've set it up with them is that if you use the link in the description of this video, you're gonna get a 30-day free trial, so you can just go ahead and try it without really spending any money on the plan, and see if it really replaces all your other tools that you're currently using. And not gonna lie, 30 days with the current ad account structure that I'm showing you is enough time to really see if you're able to generate a decent amount of leads. So you can just test out the system that I'm showing you in this video, and I'm also gonna give you like all the workflows and the email templates and everything, and just see if it works before you spend any money on this software. And another thing, when you're using this link, that's actually how you get access to basically my templates and my workflows. So let me actually go inside my account, which that's the one right here. I'm going to show you how to just connect your Facebook page and connect an email and a phone number, just so that you have everything set up. So this is the High Level platform. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk you through some of the like main features that it offers. Really, we're probably only covering like 5 or 10% of what this platform can actually do. It can do so many different things. So I've used a lot of different sales automation platform out there, like HubSpot. I've obviously used Google Sheet. I've used ActiveCampaign, and this is really just a game changer. And I was able to cancel all of those subscriptions, even my Calendly subscription, to only use this. So I just want to show you some of the main features, but it's really only going to cover like 5 or 10% of what it can actually do. And then I'm just going to show you how to connect it, just so that, again, after watching this video, you're good to go, everything's working. And I'm just going to show you some of the automations you get when you use my my link below. It's going to take care of everything. So when the lead submits the form, gets a confirmation email, gets the let's say an email if they haven't booked a call, all you have to do is maybe just tweak some of the wording in the email so that it's just a little bit more personalized for your business. But that's really it. So let me just walk you through the system now. So really quickly, this is the onboarding launchpad. So this is where you can connect all your assets, but I'm going to bring you to integration when we want to do that. But let's just go to dashboard. So dashboard, this is where you're going to get like an overall view of your business, your pipeline, like how many leads have been contacted, maybe booked an appointment, or how many leads have just slipping through the cracks. So you're going to be able to see, like, just see an overall view of everything that's going on in your business. Also, like how many leads are in each step of your pipeline. Under conversation, so that's actually just a one centralized place where you can see all the interactions in your business: emails, SMS, Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, even WhatsApp, and I believe even a few other channels. So this is just like one centralized place, and it's really great, when you have maybe multiple team members that are handling responding to like maybe Facebook messages, Instagram messages, and emails. Now they can just go in one simple place and see, like Ryan replied to this customer on Facebook, I don't need to. And it just like offers a lot more clarity and more organization. Here under calendars, so this is something that I use all the time. And if you decided to book a free strategy session with us on our website, because you're interested in our services, you'll see that we actually just use their calendar. We don't use Calendly anymore, or we don't use HubSpot calendars anymore. So you can go here, you can create your calendar and embed that on your website, or just share the link, and it's going to sync up with, let's see, your Google or your Outlook calendar, and someone can just book a time in your calendar. So that's a pretty cool tool, because again, that replaces a lot of softwares that I used to use, and that's now all in this software. And contacts, this is where you're going to see, again, this is a demo account, so there's nothing here, but this is where you're going to see like all your contacts, and you can click on your contact to see all the history, the activity, like which stage of a pipeline they are in, and all the emails and maybe SMS that was sent to that contact. Opportunities. So this is going to be something that's going to come with your setup if you're using the link in the description of this video to sign up for the platform. And by the way, when you use that link, like, you don't pay more for the platform. You actually get a 30-day free trial instead of a 14-day trial, and you get all my snapshots and templates. So it's, I mean, I think it makes sense for you to use that link, but it's up to you. But you get this whole pipeline, and to me, for a local service-based company, like, those are all the stages you should be tracking. New leads, engage, call, book, couldn't connect, interested, not interested, no show, rescheduling, ghosting. LTP stands for long-term prospect. Close one, that means you close that customer, and we have close loss, right? And the reason I like this pipeline is because, let's say it's a slow week and your team is saying, hey, we don't have a lot of like book calls this week. Okay, well, how many people do you currently have in the engage column? Well, just go ahead and start making some phone calls. Like, they're interested, we just weren't able to connect. So go ahead and start giving them a call and try to move them into call book, meaning they booked a call with us now. So it's a really great way to get like a bird's eye view of what's going on in your company. Like, where's the bottleneck? Like, are leads stuck in the engage? Are they in the couldn't connect? Are they in rescheduling? And then it's going to allow you to create solutions to fix that problem. Payments. This is, again, this software can do a lot of different things. I'm not going to cover all of that, but you could create courses, you can send payments, quotes, contracts, like e-signature. It can take care of all of that. And again, for our agency, we used to use like DocuSign. Now we don't use it anymore because we just use this to send all our agreement, because it does e-signatures. Marketing, this is a really cool feature. So if you're familiar with like platforms like Later, or I think another one is like Buffer, you can just schedule your social media posts on Facebook, Instagram, Google My Business, LinkedIn, and it replaces those platforms. I'm not going to talk too much about the marketing automation here, but you can also send like mass email campaigns. So if you're using MailChimp, again, this is going to replace MailChimp. Automation. So this is where, when you use my link, you're gonna get a lot of my automation. So once they book an appointment using your meeting link, right, that would be the trigger. Automatically, they're gonna get a confirmation email. I already have a template here for you, but of course, you probably would just want to tweak some stuff here. So maybe you want to add like a few things or remove a few things, but this is the default confirmation email that you're gonna get. And I've added a lot of variables, so this is going to change based on your company name, and obviously the username, that's you, and then the contact name, that's a new lead that is coming from the Facebook form. And then 24 hours before the appointment, is going to send an automated 24 hours email reminder right here. Then an hour before the appointment, it's going to send a 1 hour email reminder, 1 hour SMS reminder, and then 5 minutes before the appointment, again, email and then SMS. And you can actually remove them if they're too much. If you're like, hey Cedric, like, I don't want to send reminders like 5 minutes before. And if you think that like a 5-minute reminder is too much, that's fine. You can just go here, click on the 3 dots, delete all actions from here, and it's going to delete those 3 things. You can just hit save. But that's one workflow you would get with this. Another one is like an auto miss call text back. So if ever the contact, like the lead, they call one of your sales rep or maybe you, and they're just busy, they're on the other line, automatically it's going to send them a text message, say, hey, like, sorry, like, we're on the other line, like, how can I help you? Another one here that we have is convert leads to appointments with emails, SMS, and calls. And that's one of my favorite workflows. So the way it works is, as soon as someone submits the lead form, right, the one we created in Ads Manager, is going to send a confirmation email. And again, you can update the email so it's a bit more personalized for your business. So inside their task, inside high level, they're going to say that they need to do a manual call. And then 1 day after, again, another manual call. 1 minute after, then they receive an SMS. Then we have, again, wait another business day. Then there's a third call, SMS, wait, and then like a last email. That's usually like more of like a breakup email. But see what we have here, we have a lot of different touch points. So as soon as a Facebook link comes in, they're receiving a confirmation email, And let's say the next goal is to get them on the phone so that we can book a physical appointment. Well, we have a lot of different tasks that are every day going to be either sending an email, an SMS, or a manual phone call for a sales team, so that the sales team doesn't need to always try to remember oh yeah, in the Google Sheet I called this lead yesterday and now it's been 2 days, so I should probably call again. Because if you have a system like that, it's just going to open up the door for a lot of human errors. And with a system like this, and it doesn't need to be this platform, I strongly recommend it because I've looked around and this really does everything that a local service business would really need. And honestly, at a third of the cost. To get all these features that I just showed you, it costs $97 a month. So that's pretty good deal or pretty good package. And you can try for 30 days without paying anything and just see if it actually works for you. But you can have all these different steps automated, or at least remembering to call that lead. That process is automated, and I find that's a really cool feature. So just going back to workflows here, so this is something you're gonna get with a template. You're also gonna net something that's a little bit different. So again, I've made a few different templates depending on your business structure. So this one right here is for any companies that just don't want to call a lead. So maybe for you, the value of a lead is not that high, so calling all of them just doesn't really make sense. Then what you want to do is you want to make sure you're on the ball with emails and SMS, because those are automated, and not just sending one email and then say, hey, someone from our team will send you an email shortly, or one manual email. Because if that's the case, you're just, your lead to contact rate will be really, really low. So you want to have a series of emails and SMS that get sent to the lead until they either reply or book a call with you, or take that next step. So that would be another workflow that you're gonna get with this. And I've also included some other things, you can embed one of their form on your website, and as soon as someone submits a form on your website, they get a notification and you get a notification. So you're gonna get all these cool automations that, in my opinion, that's really what you need to be able to properly manage your leads from the sales side of things. And now what I just want to do is just going to go through some of the settings just so that you know exactly how to set it up. But obviously, if you go on YouTube and type Go High Level and say how to set up my email, you're going to find a bunch of videos that are going to show you exactly how to do that. And by the way, mine will look a little bit different than yours. That's just because we've customized it. We changed the logo, we added a black background and some green, but it's still the same thing. So you're going to go to email service, and the first thing you want to do is click on dedicated email, and you want to add your domain. Adding the domain is super simple. All you have to do is add the domain here. Maybe you want to use something like a subdomain, maybe it's going to be offer.yourdomainname.com. Add and verify. It's going to give you some DNS. Once you have those DNS records, you just go in Google Domain or GoDaddy, Cloudflare, depending on who's your DNS provider. Just go ahead and add those DNS, and that's it. Now you're going to have your domain connected to this. So what you can do now is you can actually send emails with your own domain, and you definitely want to do that and not just use the regular Go High Level email. You want to use your own domain email to send the confirmation email, maybe the reminders and all that fun stuff. And then the next thing you want to do is you're going to go to phone numbers, and in order to make calls with the system and to send SMS, you need to get a phone number that's designed for that. You can't just use your own personal phone number. And I mean, it'd be like that with any system. So it's pretty simple. You're gonna go to add number like this, and we're gonna just add a number. All you have to do is pick, your country, and you can even filter. The first part of the number contains, let's say, 845, and 845 would mean that you're usually, located somewhere in New York. So then it's going to show you a bunch of New York number. So, and you saw the price, it was $1.15 to purchase a number, so nothing too crazy. And if you go to Trust Center, that's just something you have to do once. And that's not just with this system. What you have to do once you purchase your number is you just have to verify that you're a real company. And that's something that was implemented, I think, early or mid last year, just because there's a lot of fake companies in the state that send SMS to a bunch of people and they just spam users. So they have now implemented a verification process. So you have to go through the verification process. So you just need to prove them to your real company just by giving them your business ID and just a few other information. And then that process can take a few days. And then once that you're verified, then you're gonna be able to send automated SMS. but you're still going to be able to make phone calls and send automated emails. It's just send the automated SMS. You just have to go through the automation process, and that's going to be like that for like any services that you use. You know, if you're using something like Twilio, you still have to go through that process. That's just more of like a regulation. And actually, I see it right here, effective August 31st, 2023, right? So it started like mid last year. So just go through that, verify your number, because sending SMS is really important. It's going to help with the contact rate. But guys, after that, that's pretty much it. So I've shown you exactly how to create a campaign in Ads Manager. So what campaign objective you should select, the ad set. We've talked about a broad audience. So that means you're only going to go here and select your specific location. And in case you're wondering, like, what about like interest-based targeting or lookalike audience? Like, why are we not using that? The reason we're not using that is because we are doing local advertising. And with local advertising, as you can see here, I'm only enabling my audience for 10 miles. So we don't want to add any like other limitation factor like 10 miles and they need to be interested in this, because if we do that, Facebook is just going to have a hard time finding those people, because interests are always available on Facebook. And because again, we're really narrowing down the audience to only people that live in that specific area. We want to be more broad, but what we do is we do the targeting with the Facebook ads. If you're familiar with the platform ChatGPT, go and grab your Facebook copy, your headline, and your description. Add that into ChatGPT and just say, hey, with this information, do you know what my business does and do you know what we offer? ChatGPT, just with the primary text and the headline, will be able to tell you exactly what you do and what you offer. Well, Facebook is a lot more powerful than ChatGPT at understanding that. And even they can understand like images, videos, a lot better than ChatGPT. So just by having good copy and good images, Facebook actually knows what your business does, who's your target audience. So you actually don't need to specifically tell Facebook who should see your ads. What they will do is they will see who are the people submitting the forms, and they're going to create their own lookalike audience based on the people that submits the form. So they're going to say, okay, well, let me find other people like the last guy or last girl that just submitted the form. And then the more time you can give it, and obviously sometimes the more money you can put into the platform, it's going to go and find more and more and more people. It's an algorithm, it's an AI, it just keeps getting better. So that's why I've recommended a broad audience, and you really do the targeting with the ads. And that's why we want to have quality ads, quality primary text, headline, and a really good form. And the material that I was using in this video, like the ads and the copy, to me, that's borderline. Those weren't really good ads. And the primary text, headline, and images that I've shown you in this video, those were pretty much just for like demo purposes. They weren't really great ads. So definitely want to step that up. And that's pretty much it, guys. Now you know how to set up your campaign and use a platform like this to automate the sales process. And there's just actually one more thing that I want to show you. So once you go to settings and you click on integration, you're gonna see the option to connect your Facebook and Instagram accounts. So you're gonna wanna do that. So you connect it, then once you connect it, you're gonna select your ad account and you're gonna select your Facebook page. As you can see, I've selected my demo Facebook page here. Once that's done, you're gonna go here and you're gonna be able to see the new Facebook form that I made you create. So that's actually my Facebook form right here. And all you have to do is map the questions. So for example, email is mapped to email, full name is mapped to full name, phone number is mapped to phone number, right? So what's on the left, that's the question that was in the Facebook form. What's on the right, those are different fields that the contact has in the CRM. It can, obviously, as you can see, it already matched some of them because the language is the same. But then what's your zip? That's not really like a standard contact field. So what I would have to do, if you look to the left here, there's a tab called custom fields. I would click on that and I would create that custom fields. Let's say I could call this zip, or it might even be here already. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so we don't even need that. It's right here. So that would be mapped to the zip, and I would map that with the email and then full name and then simply phone number. And now I can just save that. And once you see that little check mark here, it means it has been mapped, and that's it. Now all my Facebook leads are gonna show up in the CRM, and the automations are gonna take care of the rest. Just remember to tweak some of these automations just so it matches like your messaging and your brand. But guys, that is it for this video. Hopefully you've learned a lot, and if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe because we release videos just like this every week. And if you would want me to release more videos about Go High Level, let me know in the comment section, because I use this platform for a lot more than what I just showed you today. Like I said, I've only shown you like 10%. I use this for my onboarding, so my entire onboarding process in the agency is automated, and I could show you how you could potentially automate your onboarding process in your local service-based company, or any other thing that you want to learn, like how to create a custom chatbot, or how to create a good sales pipeline. Those are all things that I could show you because I've built them for our agency and for a lot of our other clients. And if you need help with this platform, feel free to reach out. The link is going to be in the description of this video. Just go to our page and send us a message on our contact us page and let us know what you need help with, and then we'll get on a quick call and see how we could help. But guys, that is it for this video. Bye for now.